are China and Russia building a secret tunnel in Crimea? Now, the latest report saying that the alleged tunnel aims to connect Crimea, seized by Moscow in 2014, to mainland Russia. And if these reports are true, it would signal a remarkable level of cooperation between the two sides, who have been for long been close friends. Now, it's no shocker, of course, that Russia and China are working hand in hand. But why has this headline grabbed our attention today? Now, here's a twist in the story. China, despite being a close friend of Russia, does not officially acknowledge Russia's sovereignty over Crimea. And that is where the plot thickens, which makes this report all the more significant. Based on intercepted communications by Ukraine security services, high-ranking Russian and Chinese business executives with government ties have conducted covert talks. What exactly was this hush-hush plan all about? It's to construct an underwater tunnel that links Russia directly to the annexed Ukrainian region of Crimea, as per reports. What was their aim? To create a secure transportation route that would be protected from Ukrainian attacks. Now, let's not forget here, this intel comes from reports citing communications intercepted by the Ukrainian security services. Now, Ukraine, as we know, is still in the grip of war with Russia for nearly 2 years now. It's also engaged in a counteroffensive to reclaim territories that were lost to Russia, including the Crimean Peninsula. And therefore, any infrastructure development in Crimea takes on a lot of importance. And these secret talks reportedly took place in October. And what led to these talks, you ask? According to the report, Russia is very worried about the security of a bridge that connects Crimea to Russia. I'm talking about the Kerch Bridge, an 11-mile bridge that serves as a lifeline for the Russian troops. Now, amid the war, Ukraine has bombed this critical bridge twice, making it a vulnerable war target. And with each bombing, the bridge hangs in uncertainty. In fact, naturally, Russia is concerned and is looking for alternatives should this vital link be permanently destroyed. But that's not all. This also shows Russia's determination to maintain its grip over Crimea. Beyond the bridge, it also shows Moscow's increasing reliance on China as an important source of international support. Constructing a tunnel during wartime, that's no small feat. Surely undertaking a project of this scale costs billions of dollars and years to complete. Russia is clearly driven by strategic motivations and a sense of urgency. But the real puzzle here is China. Why would it invest in an undersea tunnel, especially when it does not even recognize Russia's grab of Crimea? Not to mention the economic sanctions that the West has slapped on Moscow. Chinese executives could end up in a tight spot. So what's the big play here for China? What's in it for Beijing? Does it signal a shift in China's policy as well? The truth is, China has denied the entire report. Wang Wenbin, the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson, dismissed the claims during a press briefing. He called them unfounded. He said, and I'm quoting, "The press article making such claims is unfounded and I cannot comment on it." Crimea's head, Sergei Askanov, also described the report as disinformation, and even the Kremlin spokesperson, Dmitry Peskov, refuted the entire report. But here's where things get interesting. The Washington Post, the news outlet that blew the lid off this, claims that the leaked messages came straight from Ukrainian officials. Their motive was to expose the project and potentially unmask China's role. And to add to its credibility, the Post has corroborated the leaked messages with additional intel, including corporate registration files that point to a recently formed Russian-Chinese consortium. Ukraine has declared the recovery of Crimea as one of its main goals of the war. And as I mentioned earlier, Ukraine is struggling in the midst of a failed counteroffensive. It was designed to sever Russia's lifelines to the Crimean Peninsula. Now, whether these talks of an undersea tunnel are fact or fiction, they come at a time of Russia's unrelenting push for infrastructure development in the territories it has held since 2014, as well as those acquired in last year's invasion. Experts warned that such a big project will most likely not be completed in time to aid Russia's war efforts. But you see, Moscow could still see this tunnel as a strategic long-term investment. Remember, for Putin, Crimea is not just annexed Ukrainian land. It's a symbol, one that connects Crimea to what they call Mother Russia. In fact, over the past 9 years, Russia has crafted Crimea's dependency on water, power, communication links, all tied to the so-called motherland. Under this grand scheme, an undersea tunnel would therefore be yet another physical extension of that narrative. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.